Hello and welcome to Automation. Today we are going straight into the designer without much of an intro. Cause, well, basically I want to redo one of my past mistakes, and that was obviously the frog car that I just picked. As you can see, it does not look that bad, other than the front, obviously, nothing changed there. But what I want to change here is overall performance of this car. As you can see, it has pretty narrow tires for what it is. It was spinning around like mad, and well, there is no downforce at all. Well, there is some, but there was not enough of it. Well, with that said, I guess we should move on to changing this thing around. Well, I must admit, I really like what I did on the interior in this one. It looks really slick. Back in the day when I was making this one, that was I think exactly 2 months ago, somewhere around 10th of December, well, I wasn't looking at this one in this way, that's for sure. And I just spotted another thing I want to fix there, that is this hole right here. That is bothering me quite a bit, and well, the spoiler is quite away into the car, on the inside of the car. I guess I might cover it completely and make another shelf right there, I don't know. We will be changing this car quite a bit on the exterior, mostly for the performance parts, really. Maybe something about the wheels and rims, we'll see. But I've been talking for quite a while about what I want to do and did basically nothing. So let's move on to, well, changing the performance of this one. Well, straight away I went for the engine, but I don't think there's much to change here. So let's go with, well, parts, the exterior parts, fixtures. The first thing I want to add here is a front lip. As you can see, there was one hidden, but then there's second one. But I think I will get rid of it and make something better out of it. I am not sure what yet, and well, it will be a chore to make it work on this body, cause well, I already did that and it took me a while to well, make it hidden, really. I've managed to place there a front lip that is not well, mounted in a cheating way, so overlapped and stacked. Let's see what it did with our aerodynamics. Not much, really. I think I will give it a under tray, complete under tray, and it should give us more downforce. The other thing I could do about, well, handling of this car is changing its wave distribution, but as you can see, we are, well, already full on the front with the weight. I don't know what else can I do here, cause well, some fixtures do add weight, but I am not sure if they well, contribute to the distribution of it. There's some small issue spotted there. Let's move these lights quite a bit backwards, so the headlights doesn't just spray this green paint all over our chrome front bumper. Let's do the same thing with the indicator. Okay, it looks a bit better. No, it's not perfect, but it looks a bit better. If I move it more backwards, it will leave a hole in there, so yeah, that's what we have to go with. As you can see, I've started creating my own under tray bit. I just took this 3D block, made it well, flatter, and well, like you can see, I am trying to nail the position under the car so it does not well, stick out too much, so it fits all together with the back piece here I made last time. And well, hopefully there won't be many parts like this one that are going through it. Okay, I think I did a good job with fitting the underbody here. It is quite flat as it should be. I wish I could do something about these arches, so they are a bit narrower right there, but I don't think there's anything I could do here. I might try to mess with the advanced trim settings, move the wheels and the front wheels a bit forward, maybe make this car a bit higher and the wheels bigger, but well, these are only 16s and they look massive compared to the car. I don't know, I think I will change the rims as well. For now, let's mess a bit with the morphing of this body. I don't think there's a way for me to change anything in terms of the size of the arch. I can just make the fender bigger, and we'll be doing just that, so we can make the wheels a bit wider. Somewhere about there maybe. It should be fine. Let's see what size of wheels we can fit there now. 255s. Let's try bringing them out a little bit more, so they are, yeah, like that. 265s on the rear and 255s on the front, and now I can make these rims bigger. I was messing with the wheelbase offset and I feel like this feels more natural. So we are going to be rolling with that, and let's check what kind of rims we can fit there now. Okay, still only 90s. But I guess that should be just fine. I can't make these tires any bigger, so yeah, that's the another issue. I will have to mess with the settings here again. Okay, I think I got the result I am happy with. It doesn't look that bad. Well, the main issue of this body is, well, these wheel arches that are way too big for this body really, because it is quite small, and well, fitting anything here of a bigger size like this one will look quite a bit stupid. This car is right now again as low as it can be, and this gap here, well, you would have hard time fitting a piece of paper in there, as it is as tight as that. Up until now this rebuild was quite a bit chaotic. I've started with the front, changing the front lip, adding something different there. Then I went for the under tray, now we did the wheels. Last thing I want to do here is changing the rim style to something more fitting, likely. Or hopefully, at least. I really do like these ones, but well, they do not look good in Chrome. I would need to change them to something different, I am not sure what. Let me try a few things out. Well, I just made them color of the interior basically. Do they look good? I am not sure, but they do look better than Chrome. So let's stick with that. Yeah, what I'm trying to do here is to cover this hole in the back. As you can see, it is not completely, well, as good as I would like it to be, cause, well, the pieces start to coming out on the exterior of the car, and we don't want that at all. I still need to move these things around so they fit a bit better, or maybe make it even narrower and cover it with the piece I was just messing with. Yeah, so what I thought about here is to make something like this. Look. It will look, well, peculiar, that is for sure. But I guess that's better than a gaping hole on the rear of the car. And well, I guess this is the space for any storage you would like in this one. Still, I need to make it a bit lower, I think. Okay, I think we are done. The gaping hole is no more. I've just placed the filler piece in there, so there's no more holes on the interior, I think. It doesn't look that bad. I guess we could place something smaller in there to fill this empty space, but I don't think I have any fixtures that would fit in there. So guess we are leaving it like that. It is still better than it used to be. I think this is about all I want to do with the exterior of this car. Right now I would like to move on to tuning it and well, making sure it will be a viable choice for racing in BeamNG.drive. I might change around or add another spoiler in there. I don't know, I don't want to move this one around too much, cause well, it will start sticking out once again. And I just did a, well, pretty good job, if I can say so myself, in covering it in there. So maybe let's place it like that. Well, it is quite flat now. Well, I think the original placement and size were better, so let's get back to what it used to be. Let's not mess with that one, because the rear is, well, the best part of this car, that is for sure. Okay, let's start tuning it. I want to make the final drive a bit shorter, the gearing overall shorter, to 60 might be good, like that, and the spacing. The spacing, well, we are getting a lot of wheel spin in second gear now. Electric SD, yeah, let's stay with that. And let's go with spacing like this one, so we can reach up to 50 kilometers on first gear. Hopefully we won't spin around instantly this time around. Yeah, let's move on to wheels and let's give it semi-slicks instantly, and let's see what it did with our wheel spin. It should be fixed. Yes, it is much better now, and the tire width we are done with, I think. I am not going to change it, it is fine as it is right now. What else can we do here? We can't change the tire diameter anymore, because this body is weird like that, sadly. So I guess we are moving on to another section. The brakes. The brakes were fine, I think, and they are still quite good. Yeah, I think they are decent. The size is enough. I could make them smaller even. No, let's stay like that. Earlier I gave it a sports under tray, and I think I might just go with race diffuser, cause, well, I wouldn't call that a diffuser, but it is better than nothing, so, well, let's pick this one here. And it does not fix our problems that much, I think, cause we are again going high into understeer at 200 km per hour, which is not ideal. I will try to fix that, so bear with me, I will tune it a bit. It looks like the tail is way too happy at high speeds. As you can see, the rear wing angle is at max right now, and I can change the downwards to make it understeer at these high speeds. But I don't want to do that. I might just add another wing on the back, right here over the rear window. Let me try a few things out. There's this small spoiler over the rear window, and let's see what it did with our graphs here. Well, it changed quite a bit. So I guess I have much more tuning space now. I think we should go like that. I mean, I guess I could go with understeer car on the higher speeds. But I don't know, I am not sure about that. I think I want to keep it like that. So we are nice and stable up until 200 kilometers per hour basically. And hopefully it won't just be a whirlwind basically on higher speeds, on the speeds over 200 kilometers per hour. Yeah, let's go with traction aids, ESC. Cause, well, it is glitching for me anyway, or I am doing something wrong. I am not sure anymore. I was trying many things, and it still appears to be, well, an issue for me. That ESC is always on my cars, even though they are without it. I have no idea what it is about it, but, well, we are fixing this car anyway, so let's go with ESC. Fun thing here is, this car appears to be fitting into the truck budget demographics, which is, well, quite funny, cause I was making a knockoff Porsche, and they aren't exactly cheap. Let's see what the game prices our car at. $27,000, almost 28. Well, I guess I could raise its cost artificially, cause, well, brands do that all the time, right? Off to the suspension tuning we go. This car originally was quite stiff, and I think I will keep it like that, but I think I have to change the dampeners and the front springs quite a bit, cause, well, this curve doesn't look good now that I look at it. Sorry, it was the rear that was not properly tuned, but I think I could do... No, I want to make it stiffer. Let's not make it any other way, cause, well, this car is very low, and it would be very likely that our wheels would be going through the fenders in BeamNG.drive. So yeah, let's make the rear a bit stiffer too. Well, the thing I am doing here is quite a bit experimental. It did not change much in terms of the handling of the car, but I guess it will do a lot in BeamNG.drive, and I guess I should remove the camber on the rear or add some of it on the front. Okay, now I remember why I made it 3° negative, because it was going completely into oversteer. That is an issue. I've decided to try the preset, and it made things even worse, so I guess I am going to back to the settings I had before, cause, well, auto-tuning won't help us here in any way. I think I can make the change around the sway bars to make this car more stable, but I still want to make it very stiff. Honestly, I have got no idea what will come out of this car. As you can see, the sway bar is maxed out on the front, and the game likes it for some reason. I don't know why. Because our sportiness is at 100% now. I never used these graphs, these numbers here in building my cars, and they were, well, mostly fine. But let's go like that this time, because why not? And see how this one drives in BeamNG.drive. Hopefully it is better than the last Force, but I wouldn't expect much out of it, really. So yeah, I will be exporting it now. So see you in a bit in BeamNG.drive. Okay, here we are in BeamNG.drive. Right off the bat, I see something happened to our steering wheel. It has different color than it should have, but that's not much of an issue. Also, I noticed even though this car appears to have a ESC, it does not have one, really. Look how it spins around like it used to. So this button here is completely fake, it seems, and it should be the same case on most of my builds, which appear to have ESC, but they do not. Okay, so now let's see how this one handles. Yeah, as you can see, the ESC instantly kicks in. And it handles much better than the previous one. I want to try it without ESC now, but I guess we should go on a track for it. Okay, let's go around for a bit without ESC on a normal roads. It still has a lot of oversteer, but it is not as bad as the previous one. As you remember, I can compare them, well, basically side to side if you want to. Okay, and test at a high speed. It is very oversteery still, so I could give it a touch more of, well, downforce, I think. Why is it so shaky? It is wobbling as mad, I don't know why. Okay, and that's all about being steerable at high speeds. Let's try it on a track here on the USA map. Here we can compare them nicely side to side. As you can see, there's no gaping holes in this one anymore. There's a nice shelf in the back. Here we can have, we still have this hole in the back. The front looks a bit different, but not too much. It doesn't stand out this much. The wheels are completely different, as we well know, and it is well, quite visible from far away. I guess we should try the old Porsche first for comparison, and well, check how far we can drive with it. There's no ESC, remember, this one on this one is fake. It is not that bad up until now, but yeah. There's no way you can control it around 200 kilometers per hour. You instantly have to start slowing down. Okay, and now I lost control on, I don't know what it was, 120 kilometers per hour. This one won't drive too well. But now let's get back to new one. Let's go without ESC firstly. Then we can try it with ESC in a sport mode, because we already seen it in comfort mode. The ESC there is basically all the time on. Well, I can tell you already it is way more stable at high speeds. But still, when you hammer the brakes, you lose control. But when the car goes down to around 100 km per hour, it is as stable as it can be. There's not much more you could want from it, really. Okay, so let's try the same thing with ESC now. In sports mode this time. Let's see if it handles better. It should, because, well, it is a traction control after all. Oh yeah. This is much better. So I guess we could fix this car by only adding a traction control to it. So I guess few hours of my work weren't necessary, really. As you can see, it still gets quite oversteery when you brake, when you try to accelerate on a corner, obviously. But it is not that bad anymore. Could I do better with it? Yes, definitely I could. but I didn't want to overdo it by changing the quality sliders too high, by adding hidden cheating spoilers really, because I could give this car a lot of downforce and it would stick to the ground like it was, I don't know, glued to it. So I guess the last thing I would like to do here is to race them both against each other on a drag strip. I haven't really checked the top speed of this one yet, but it doesn't seem that it's capped at 260 kilometers we set in automation, and it should be able to make it to I don't know, around 280, 300 kilometers per hour. And this one, even though it's tuned for 300 kilometers per hour, it won't go over 200 because, well, it instantly spins around, as you seen a few minutes ago. Okay, so let's move on to the drag strip and check out what AI can do with the old Porsche while I will be driving the new one. Yeah, I am lining up with ESC turned off completely, but on a drag strip we have all the grip we want, so it shouldn't be an issue. Hopefully AI will line up properly. Okay, I am lined up. Okay, it did a little wheelie there. That was nice. And let's see what time we made it in. 11 seconds, reaching 125 miles per hour, I believe. Okay, it wasn't that bad. AI did it in almost 12 seconds. Let's switch things around now. I will go with old Porsche and AI will get the new one. Okay, the AI finally lined up. Let's go. Again, small wheelie, but not as good looking as in the last run. This car is so tail happy, it wanted to spin around at the end there, I don't know if you noticed it. And well, these cars are basically the same, so that's not a surprise. And they made the same time with me behind the wheel on a drag strip, 11 seconds again, and similar speed. I guess the only difference is aerodynamics on both, but it looks like it doesn't change that much. Well, I think that will be all for today. I guess we did enough. We fixed the Porsche. The old Porsche is still as style happy as it can be. I think it would make it could make a decent drift car if I was able to make one in automation and in BeamNG.drive. But well, I have never did that and I don't think I would be able to do any good at it. Well, anyway, let's finish it off here with a nice view on a new Porsche and on a old one that, well, it is bound to crash with how unwieldy it is. Yeah, so thank you for watching and see you in the next one.